Well, good morning, good morning. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. We're going to get ready for Coffee with Casper in about 2 minutes. We're trusting our new app has got us up. Yep, there we are. We're on Facebook. That means we're on YouTube. So let me know where you are. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're checking in. Almost 8:30 on a Tuesday. It must be time for Coffee with Casper. Here's the Casper boy. You can come up now. There he wants to come up and say hi. There he is. There he is. Aloha, Ann. I trust your friend is in the hands of the Most High and all is well. We never know how those things are going to unfold. Aloha from Honolulu. Nice to see you. And Pam is already with us from up in the Napa zone. Good to see you this morning. There's the Casper boy. You in the shot? Yeah. Hey, good morning from South Carolina, Becky. Nice to see you this morning. We are just about a minute away from gonging ourselves in. Spend 20 minutes together. Aloha from Honolulu. Well, I'm so sorry. Well, divine right action, and she's in a better place. Because when you're going through all that pain, sometimes it's better to let it go. All right. We are glad you're here. We are knowing good things are unfolding. All righty. There's our 8:30. Let's gong ourselves in. Look at Casper. We're going to need 2 hands for the gong. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to take a big deep breath in. We're going to let out the sound ah, and then relax the shoulders. Okay, here we go. Big deep breath in. I'm going to do that again. And this time we're going to bring our energy all the way up into our heart center and relax our shoulders as we take the big deep breath and let out the sound ah. And bringing ourselves into our heart center and becoming focused right there. Remembering that the gong is just reminding us that we are always putting out a vibration. And that vibration... Good morning from Eureka, Reverend Dr. Angelica Jane is with us, doing her great peace affirmations around the world. Yay, well, we're glad you're here this morning. Well, we've been talking for a few weeks, and I have noticed, I like to listen to the radio when I drive. I listen to a lot of FM radio, mostly top 40, so I sort of know what's happening in the music world. And there's a lot of DJs. You get to know them, and neighbors, anybody you're mentally or physically aware of. You get to know some of these DJs, and a lot of them are talking about the amount of stress that's in our time. I think here in the United States, a lot of the stress is based on the volatility and the different points of view that are currently in the political spectrum. And what we're really wanting to do as metaphysicians is remember who and what we really are. And the line we often use here on Coffee with Casper is, I came from the light, I put on a coat of skins, and I shall return to the light, right? So all of us have come in a very fortuitous time in the human condition, a time of a change of our awareness of who and what we are. The eons of separation from the unified field, believing that I am here and you are there, and they are way over this country and I am way over on that country, and they're on this side of the globe and I'm on that side of the globe, when in truth there's only one globe, there's only one energy. We have demonstrated and proven our theories that energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. We are at a place where we're beginning to understand that the observer affects the experience, the quantum reality, that the one looking at it changes what's happening, that the looker and what we're looking at are all one thing, and that there is, in fact, a law of vibration. Good morning to you all. Good morning, Carol. Nice to see you. Hey, Candace from the Palm Desert. Nice to see you this morning. That everything is interrelated and interconnected, and that we have never lost our connection to the whole. And therefore, we have never lost our connection to the law of the circle or the law of vibration. In other words, what's coming from me is returning to me as the multidimensional aspects of my own experience. So whatever is happening to me is coming from me. Now, we're not the cause of everything because we live in a field of probabilities, but we are able to live in a transcendent position in terms of what's happening on the surface or in the world itself. And if we're waiting for critical mass, in other words, for all humanity to wake up until we decide to live from a higher order of being, then we could be waiting a long time, and maybe even more than a lifetime. So what we're encouraging is every one of us who has come into the idea that there is only one life, that life is the life of the one source, God, energy, matter, it doesn't matter what you call it. There is only the one life, and everything is happening in that one life, and everyone is connected to the law of the circle. Whatever is coming from you is at some level in your experience returning to you. So what we need to do, and here's the great, we've shared this quote from the French novelist Marcel Proust, and I want us to really look at it, and for you, during the course of this week, to really practice it in a, hey, Tere, nice to see you this morning. And here's the quote from Marcel Proust. The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. So what we've been talking about here is the ancient Moses was asked by what authority should he tell the Pharaoh and should he move the people? By what authority should he describe what he called the burning bush, right? And the answer that he got was, I am that I am. Tell them, tell whoever is out there, I am that I am. And of course, this is where the rubber meets the road in the human condition. Because all of us know that what we call God or source or infinite intelligence is greater than we are. And yet, we are one with that infinite intelligence. So to really begin to believe that I am that, the philosopher Ernest Holmes talked about, is that in the one who can see through the mist into the eternal and changeless reality, right? I am the one who can see through the mist. And in order to live from this higher order of being, again, Moses in the Bible, it says, underneath there are the everlasting arms. Underneath, under the surface of all the despair, of all our angers, of all our fears, all our doubts, there's a higher order of being. And you and I are graduating to a higher order of being. But that means we need to begin to live, not that you haven't been living that way, but that we need to practice at an ever deeper level, living from that which is the I am that I am, this higher source of my being. We love the line from Meister Eckhart from the 13th century, right? The soul has two faces. One is gazing at the glory of God, and the other is directing the senses. Part of what has created the great separation in humanity from source was the belief that there is no source guiding me. There is no higher order of being guiding me, and there is. That's why the psalmist called it the still small voice. What we're now knowing is when you begin to practice that I am that, right? I am one with the one. And this is why Yogananda said, never tell yourself you can't meditate. Everybody can meditate. And meditation simply means to quiet the mind, well, let's use our imagination even in this now. What if your own soul is gazing at the glory of God? And what if your own soul is seeking to tell you what it's experiencing, what it's seeing, what it's looking at, what new glory, what new what would you call new vistas of possibility am I seeing as the self becomes aware of itself, and I am that self. I am the place where the universe is becoming aware of itself as me, and I am becoming aware that I am what the universe is. And so and then what did Ralph Waldo Emerson said is that how every life is a circle, ever expanding, going out, and how far and how vast that goes depends on the soul force, meaning, but everyone is given the opportunity to be in tune with their soul. Everybody is given the opportunity to begin to ask, what is it that you are gazing at that is the glory in this new day? What is it that I can see and feel and experience and bring into my life in this new day that I've never seen before, because my soul is gazing at it? And am I listening? Am I tuning in? So meditation is simply to let the small self be still while you open to what's being gazed at. You open to beyond your personal self, into the I am that I am, up into the I am that I am, and begin to call that into my being, to let the energy of my being ring out. Many of you who have seen me live have seen me play with the rods, and what we can clearly see in that little mini experiment is the rods are reacting to the vibration that's coming from you. And when you focus on, so just remember right now, just allow your eyes to close for a second and allow some moment when everything was really good. Oh, you may have a lot of those moments, but just some moment when everything's really good, where you let go of the cares of the world. And then you begin to trust that higher order of being. And then you open to a greater joy than you ever saw. You become in tune with a joy that is deeper than what you have known before, right? And now what if I then, in tuning to that joy, because I'm touching into it, I'm reaching up and in with my own beingness to touch the I am that I am, and now I'm going to walk in the world aware of that. I am beginning to open to this higher order of being. I am allowing myself to be an instrument of the higher order of being. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Listen, even my own body hiccuped at that one, right? Because that's where we have to know we're not all of God. We are one with God. And therefore all that is, all that source is, all that infinite intelligence is accessible to me. It's accessible to me by means of my communication with it, by means of what the master teacher said, my asking and seeking and knocking, right? Show me the glory that I am. Show me how I can be an instrument of love in this day. Show me how I can begin to live from love and not fear. I can begin to trust what is underneath the everlasting arms and draw those everlasting arms, the experience of being cradled by the divine. I can draw that into my life. That's what we're working on today. I want to this week practice drawing infinite love, and therefore being a place where that love goes kinetic into the human condition. I go into the world with this open heart, with this kindness, and turning away from violence by being a place of peace. There's your Angelica Jane, right? I am the place of peace, and I understand there is pain and suffering in the world, and I am seeking to be a place that heals and uplifts and brings forth a deeper level of knowing that I am the place where love is happening. I am the place where my understanding that love is an energy, it's not an emotion, that love is so grand that there's a way for me to be in the world, learning, expressing, drawing in, and embodying more and more love. More and more love, which is peace, love which is joy, love which is laughter, love which is connection, love which is belonging. And imagine carrying those qualities just with you, so that the immigration officer who's looking at your passport, the clerk at the desk, your friend at the dry cleaner, your grocers, the people that help you with your transportation, anyone, everywhere where you contact, because I have taken the time to know who and what I am, and then draw that into the world, into my life, and then allow it to vibrate out from me into the world in the way that I am walking and being kindness in the simplest of ways, and avoiding the need to enter into conflict, avoiding the need to be right, and living in this awesome question of I am that. And am I waiting to release the body before I know who and what I really am? Or am I wanting to be a place where that's coming in me and as me and through me into the world by means of my thoughts and attitudes, by the means of the way that I place my disposition in this day? Underneath there are the everlasting arms. And so I'm drawing, reaching in to that which is underneath, that which is the higher order of being, that which is the path of nonviolence, that which is the path that does not seek to destroy the ego, but always laughs at the personal self when it wants to take credit for the beauty that's all around, that's given unto us, that laughs, that wants to take credit for all our good fortunes when we are simply vibrating in a field of probabilities and the law of the circle, the gift of what the Christian's religion calls the Holy Spirit. The gift of the Holy Spirit is responding to me because I am reaching into it by means of the asking and seeking and knocking. What is the glory that you are gazing at, my soul, in this day? What is the glory of love that can move in me and as me and through me to touch my family and my friends and my beloveds and my four-leggeds and my two-leggeds and all of the different ways we can interact with nature? What is the way we can open up to the breath of Mother Earth right here and right now, the opportunity to breathe in life because the life force is within you? And am I noticing that holy breath? Am I allowing that holy breath to be in my mind and in my body and in my experience, healing and cleansing and uplifting? And as I be lifted up, the master teacher said, as I be lifted up, all shall be drawn unto me. It's not the personal self that they're drawn unto. It is the I am that I am. It is that quality of vibration that is moving out in the world. Hey, David from Boys, nice to see you this morning. Trust the puppy's all doing well. We got some four-legged lovers that have fallen in love. Casper has helped bring a greater family together. And you don't have to have a golden retriever to be part of the family. We just know that kind of unconditional love that comes from our four-legged friends is the same kind of unconditional love that we can have. And we can have it not just for a small group, but vibrating from us in wherever the law of probabilities, because I'm vibrating this, the way that I vibrate is what brings forth the law of attraction. Hey, Alejandro, nice to see you this morning, right? I'm vibrating out, and it's returning to me as I'm vibrating, and I'm participating by being a light worker in the world and carrying the light of love, the light of joy, the light of peace, the light of understanding, because I am seeking it. I'm asking and seeking and knocking on it, and knowing that this inner relationship, this idea of practicing the presence, of bringing that presence into my day-to-day activities, of enjoying the presence even in my relaxing or in my working or in my walking or in my taking care of chop wood, carry water, that all of us have to do in our lives. There is that which is mine to do, and I am joyfully about doing it, right? And this is where we can begin to make a huge difference in the world, by being a place where the conflict is not rising up, or being in the place where I have my point of view, but I have no need to be right. I would rather court the divine and let the divine show me what is right. I would rather court the presence and let the presence reveal to me a deeper level of love. Hi from San Clemente, Ireland. Nice to see you this morning, right? We are the ones who are the place where it starts. If I start my day, that's why I often say, don't get out of bed until you can greet the day. I need to start my day looking into the beauty of my own breath, the beauty of, oh my God, I went somewhere last night called sleep, and I woke up and I'm here and I'm still me. There's an amazing miracle happening every day. There's the miracle of the functioning of your body, which none of us know how to make a liver live or a kidney kid. We don't know how to do that, or a heartbeat beat. It's being done unto us. But can we open up and go, well, I am alive, I am breathing, I am having an awareness, and I wonder if I were to ask and seek and knock that the infinite is forever and eternal. And maybe I am that too. And what if I bring that into my three-dimensional life today, into my challenges, into my opportunities, into my interactions, into who and what I am as a being, as a human being, becoming more and more alive. The mystic St. Ignatius says the glory of God is a human being fully alive. So in this week, let's practice our aliveness and then unselfishly share that aliveness out in the world, in our day-to-day circles, wherever your life is taking you, wherever the law of attraction brings you, and whatever good fortune comes your way, to celebrate it, to honor it, and to share it. Who you are is something magnificent, and what you're bringing into the world right now in this day and in this week is essential, because we are the light workers who have come to usher in a higher order of being into the human condition, a deeper awareness, and it begins by ushering it into our lives and then unselfishly sharing it. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You've been watching Coffee with Casper. If you found any of this valuable in any way, then share it. Share it in your groups, share it on LinkedIn, share it on Facebook, go to YouTube, like, follow. We all know how to do it. We're all playing on our devices. We got the whole world in our hands, in our little cell phones that are not phones anymore. They're computer interlinks to the universe. And now we can share it together and bring it out in the world together. So I'm Harry Morgan Moses. We'll be back next week. This is Casper. We'll be back next week on Coffee with Casper. And until we meet again, we invite you to go in the light, as the light and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Bye for now.